I'm going to be brutally honest with you. Most brown men will never ever get lean. And you know what? It's not because they lack discipline. It's because of what we are raised to believe. And if you stay until the end, I'll show you the exact way I helped myself and help other men rebuild their confidence, get into shape, so that they can finally feel like the man again. You know what the truth is? Growing up South Asian, whether you're Pakistani, Bengali, Indian, we were always told one thing. Food equals love, food is respect, food is basically everything. And if you say no to someone when it comes to food, you are the rude one. And we all know we were raised to finish the plate. And to be honest, I agree with that. You should finish whatever's on your plate. Then there's that impression that you should eat again, even when you're full. And this can really become toxic later down the line. Everything is food. We celebrate with food. A lot of us cope with food as well. If you think about our dads hardly ever dieted. That's why most of them have got that belly. Our uncles definitely did not track their calories, bro. And a lot of our parents will guilt trip us. And you know, sometimes even the mothers, they guilt trip you and saying, what? You don't like my cooking then? What's going on? Why are you eating healthy? Why are you not eating my food? And that conditioning doesn't leave you when you become a man. And that is exactly why so many South Asian men cannot burn that fat, even though they've been trying for years. If you're a man who's hit their 20s, hit their 30s, hit their 40s even, and you're watching this, and you're probably asking yourself, why have I never ever actually got into shape and looked after my health? You're most likely tired, you're bloated, you're overweight, you're either skinny fat, which is a common problem in the South Asian community, and most likely you have no confidence, or you fake your confidence because you don't actually feel it, because you look in the mirror and you don't see the person that you want to see, right? And let me ask you something, has your energy dropped as well? Probably. That's because of your unhealthy eating. And the truth is, if you don't look after your health, you have no self-respect. And I had to learn that the hard way as well, because I used to be that guy that used to be fat. They used to have low confidence and hated who I used to see in the mirror every single day. And listen carefully, it's not actually your fault entirely. You were simply conditioned whilst you were brought up to fail. Because you were brought up with certain things, you were brought up with certain standards that just stayed within you when you became a man. Or even became a woman if you're a woman watching this. Hello. I'm going to tell you a bit about my story. I was the exact same as you guys. I would eat emotionally. And to be honest, I even fall into it sometimes now. When it comes to social events, I was the guy who would fill up the plate to the top. And I probably still am that guy, depending on if I'm bulking or if I'm cutting. But I used to eat to please people as well. Like, I used to just eat so other people felt happy, even when I was full, which is the worst thing. And a lot of the times I would eat to escape stress as well. You know, when I'm stressed, like family stress, etc., I would eat just to kind of get over this as well. And you know what's the worst thing? I thought there was a problem with me. Like, I thought I was the problem. And I generally thought, you know what, maybe abs isn't for me because I'm brown. Maybe getting lean and having veins and being vascular isn't for brown people. Maybe it's just for the other cultures. And then one day, I just realized the truth. Getting lean, it has nothing to do with genetics, nothing. A lot of guys think, oh, South Asians have bad genetics. No, we don't. We actually have very good genetics. It has everything to do with the way you were brought up and the systems you currently have in your life. And you know, a lot of us, what we do is we think that we need to go on a strict diet, eating chicken and rice every single day. This doesn't work because it's not sustainable. Think about it. How long can you stay on keto, for example? Rubbish, you can't. Because I know one day your mom's gonna pull out the curry and you're gonna wanna eat it, which is absolutely fine because my clients, they lose fat whilst eating curry as well. And a lot of us think that we need to starve ourselves. Starving ourselves actually probably makes us more fat in the long run. And you know, online we see so many different TikTok tips, we see so many different, oh, do this, oh, do this workout, oh, do this diet, bollocks. And finally, I had to realize that these diets don't work because they're not sustainable. So I actually built a system in my life where I'm a Pakistani man. I'm gonna go to family events. I've got weddings. I've got davets. I've got everything. So how can I build a system around my lifestyle where I can still burn fat and enjoy my life? Because why would you want a diet where you can't enjoy your life? It doesn't make sense, right? And you know, after I built that system in my life where I could stay disciplined with that system and eat freely and still burn fat, that's when everything started to change for me. And I call it the RRR system. And it's helped men, overweight men, fat men, skinny fat men, go from whatever they are to completely shredded. And this is exactly how it works. And before I let you know the system, make sure you're subscribing and also be sure to like it as well. And this system takes you from someone who doesn't have an identity, hates who they see in the mirror, not confident whatsoever, thinking that everything around them is the reason why they are not in shape. Let me show you the system that I use. The first R, what does it mean? Reset. Reset your identity, your routines, your environment, and your cultural triggers. And that just means becoming aware of what you're actually doing and resetting all of it. The second R, rebuild. This is where you build a simple training routine, not a bro split, not changing your routine every week. You build one simple training routine. And as well as that, you build a nutrition system. Now you're probably thinking, what? What is a nutrition system? It's a system where you can actually sustain the food you to eat. Instead of starving yourself, instead of having no curry, instead of having no Asian food, because who the hell wants to cut out our beautiful food, but learning how to actually fit it into our life and burn fat at the same time and get into shape. So even with biryani, even with curry nights, even with golgappa, even with samosas, pakora, whatever, you're still getting into shape. Why? Because you understand that you have a system built around your lifestyle. And the last R, rise. This is where the fat comes stripping off. Your confidence skyrockets. You're gonna be walking around like you are the man. I know the aunties aren't gonna tell you you've gone too kamzor. You're gonna feel like, damn, who are you talking to? You actually finally become the person that you've always wanted to be. And that's what we're going for, because what's the point of dieting if you're just doing it so everyone else loves you? You want to feel the best yourself. You want to feel every time you walk into the room or every time you look into the mirror, you're like, damn, I did that. That is actually me. This isn't some 30-day challenge where you just stick to it for 30 days and that's it. No. This is the framework for South Asian men to finally break generational patterns. Let me show you some of my clients who have lost fat, burned tens of kilos without sacrificing their life. This is real results. And these guys aren't random guys. These are men with kids, men with jobs, they're working 2 jobs if even, working long hours. And men who have tried everything, the calorie deficit, the starvation diets, the ketos, and all the bullshit diets that they tell you online. You don't need to cut out your favorite foods. Why as men, why as South Asians do we want to cut out the biggest part of our culture, the beautiful food? We don't. I love it and I'll never cut it out. But the guys who actually understand the triple R system are the guys who can eat these foods and understand that they can get into shape as well. And look, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm building a movement for men who are tired of feeling weak, tired of feeling like they don't love the person they see in the mirror, feeling overweight, feeling invisible, having no energy, and just not having the best of their life. If you're a brown man who wants to drop 20 to 30 to 40 pounds, rebuild your confidence and finally take a step forward in your life, because you've always put this fitness on a back burner. But later on in life, you know that our uncles and aunties, how many health issues do they have? Do you really want to be the next one? Do you really want to pass it down to your children just because you're lazy? You can focus on money all you want, because brown people think money, 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 and they put their health on the back burner. But guess what? It catches up to them, and then they've got blood pressure, they've got diabetes, they've got all these things that are common in the Asian community. So if you're a brown man that wants to actually take back their confidence and feel like they want to be the best version of themselves, I've got something for you. The first thing I want you to do is be sure to subscribe. This channel is going to show you everything that you need to become the best version of yourself in all aspects of life, especially your body and your identity and your confidence. And if you want to be someone who wants to guarantee results with the RRR system, you can work with me personally one-to-one, just like some of my clients here who have got insane results in literally 6 months. Whatever the problem, whatever the goal, we'll get you there. And guess what? We're trying to change lives worldwide. So stop letting the culture decide your destiny, bro, and become the man you're born to be. Follow my Instagram and DM me the word born if you are serious and want to take this to the next level and you've tried everything, but that's it. This is the key. You really want to go into 2026 being the same person? No, you don't. We want to change that person. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. This was a bit of a wake-up call, but I will be dropping as much content for you guys, so be sure to stay tuned. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one. Remember, you were born to win. Let's go.